Okay, you know how to cook. You know you want to get paid to cook, but you don't know how much you can charge for people to pay for you to cook for them. Are you confused about your pricing? This is what we're going to dial in today. In this video, what you are going to learn is the biggest mistakes you can make when choosing pricing for personal chef services, but you're not going to make them because you're watching this video. You're going to learn the easiest and fastest way to figure out your price. You're going to learn why you don't have to worry about choosing the wrong price. Seriously. So, pricing and what to charge is a gigantic roadblock, seriously, for a lot of people who are trying to get started with a personal chef business. That's why there is an entire lesson on it in my personal chef business training. It goes right along with the foundation of deciding what services you want to offer and what your niche is and all that stuff. And you know, I recommend to everyone starting out that the best thing to do is get those regularly scheduled clients who you prepare a week's worth of dinners for. So personal chef services, that's kind of the traditional definition. Some people now are starting to call it meal prep. I think that's doing a huge disservice to your business, yourself, and your clients, but that is an entirely different video. So a lot of people, when they're just starting out, get really stuck on their pricing. And maybe you're struggling with that too. So the interesting thing is that they're so worried about their pricing and they think that they're pricing too high that what they actually do is end up pricing way too low. Or worse than that, they actually can spend so much time fretting about pricing and menus and the name and the logo and the colors on their website that they never even get to the cooking for paying clients part. And spoiler, that's the exact definition of having a business, being a professional personal chef. It's cooking for paying clients, not having a logo, not having the psychologically right colors. Spoiler, there are none. That's a whole different topic. So what we're going to do today is we're going to cut through all that crap and get you started with a price for weekly personal chef services, or if you're going to call it meal prep, you can call it meal prep. So we're going to do it the fastest absolute way possible. And what that is with a little competitive research. What this is going to do is give you the best sense really of what personal chefing is like in your area. And because at the end of the day, this isn't the only thing you should base your pricing on, but this is one of the biggest drivers on pricing because you might not like it. But if you look around, if you are in New York City, Manhattan, if you are in La Jolla, San Diego, you're going to be able to charge more than you can if you're a personal chef in John Day, Oregon. That's just the way it goes. Now, even if you're a personal chef in John Day, Oregon, I do not think that you should be charging $7 for a plate of meatloaf. Again, personal chef services versus meal prep. But again, different video. So when you have your pricing dialed in fast, then you can move on to the fun part, which is actually cooking for clients who are paying you, who love you and love your delicious food. And this is totally easier than you think. So step one is literally go on Google and just look up personal chef and your city, literally. Personal chef Madison, Wisconsin, or personal chef Seattle, or wherever you are, and then just start clicking through sites. Now, all personal chefs aren't going to have their pricing on their website, and that's okay. I just want you to get started with a few. And if you can't find somewhere you live, find another comparable city or area that you can kind of compare. So what you want to make sure you're looking for on their website is a 5 entree service where groceries are extra, because really this is just kind of the standard Not every client goes for that, but this is just a basic personal chef service is like 5 entrees, because you'll have trouble if you're looking at someone who's like including grocery prices in their price, or they're charging hourly, or they're doing smaller services of 3 entrees or 2 servings or whatever. So you just kind of want to make sure you're comparing apples to apples, Honeycrisp to Honeycrisp, Jazz to Jazz, Crisp and Pink Lady, whatever. Same thing to same thing. So you just look around some websites, because this is literally the easiest and fastest way to dial in your basic pricing for personal chef services. And then what you do is pick a price. That's it. You can always change it later. You can even change it for your second client if you're doing it for the first client and decide it's way too low, or if, you feel like you can't get clients. But a thing I really want to warn you about, and this is something I was going to say 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8.4 out of 10, whatever personal chefs struggle with. Especially when starting out, you're gonna undervalue yourself. You're gonna price yourself too low. Almost every single person does it. So there's that. Because the way we think about it when we're just starting out is that A, I couldn't afford this. B, I would never pay this much for someone to cook. C, even judging your cooking, I would never pay someone this much to cook this kind of food. I've had people pay me to not cook. I've had people pay me to prepare raw food for them. So when we start making more about us, that's when we can really struggle with pricing. The easiest way to overcome this is to realize your clients aren't necessarily even paying you for the value of your time. They're paying for the value of their time. When they are paying for a personal chef to prepare food for them and their family, they are taking off all the stress of dealing with it. They are taking off the actual time of shopping and cooking and cleaning. They are taking all that away, and they are gaining time for their family, time for their work, whatever it is. And that's even just if it's a regular client. When you start getting into people that have to hire a personal chef for health reasons, they need to eat a specific diet, that becomes even more valuable and important to them. So you have to realize that it's not just about you and whether you can afford it or not, and whether you think it's a lot of money or not. This is about the value for your client. And that's how you need to think about your pricing, because I guarantee that's how the right clients are thinking about it. You're always going to get some people who, when they talk to you about your services, say, oh, that's too much. It doesn't matter if you price it at $600 a service or $100 a service. I guarantee somebody's going to tell you that your pricing is too high. That's not about you and your services. You can't make it about you. That is about them. Personal chef is not a good fit for them. And the fantastic thing is, there are a million different areas that are open to them. They can get a meal subscription service through the mail. They can get pre-prepared meals made at the grocery store. Hell, they can pick up a rotisserie chicken at Costco. There is an option out there for every single person. Having a personal chef is a premium service. Kind of goes into that whole why it's not be called meal prep. Personal chef services are for a client who values what a personal chef brings to them. And you need to price yourself appropriately. So again, looking at the market in your area is just one of the easiest, fastest ways to dial in your basic pricing when you're starting out for a personal chef service. Pick a price, change it later if you want to. Now, of course, that's just the first step. You need to have your weekly services dialed in, know how to prepare them, how to make it time efficient for you. The best way to do that is to click on the link below this video and get my free guide on how to prepare a weekly meal service for a paying client. And it'll walk you through exactly what you need to do. Then, with no more than 30 minutes of Googling personal chefs in your area, you will get a good idea of where to start your pricing and go forth. Tell people you're starting a personal chef business, how you can help them and make them an offer. Because I'm telling you, clients are out there and they are hungry for what you're cooking.